What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. Today we have the February 2024 Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update for you all. I really hope each and every one of you are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. We do have some fun changes in today's update, some more movements on our A220 aircraft here, and a bunch to get into, and I hope each and every one of you are excited for it. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and kick it off. We're going to start off on a sad note here with this American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 on the behalf of Envoy Air, coming in for the final time from the Austin Bertram International Airport as the Austin movement has concluded. Tough times indeed. What can you do about it? But this was a fun movement. But again, like we talked about in the last update, more of a movement from Austin rather than the route actually doing bad. So it did pretty well, but Southwest will be able to fully capitalize now on that service. So we'll miss it dearly. What can you do? But again, the last service out to Austin for American will be on the ERJ-175. Can't believe we got up to double daily 2 at one point. That was really cool, but we are down to one frequency and this will be it. So awesome ride, Austin. We'll miss you dearly. Glad we got to feature it as many times as we did, but again, that will be it until whenever. We'll see. Maybe Delta right here will do that route. Speaking of which, we have their Embraer ERJ-175 for SkyWest with the enhanced wing that's coming in from the Los Angeles International Airport. So another great service this has been. It's been awesome to see GeminiJets make this model and use it in so many updates. So very glad to have it coming in from LAX and looking absolutely fantastic right there. And the 220 returns for Delta with their Airbus A220-300 making its second appearance, same song, second verses. This aircraft's currently coming in from Salt Lake City, Utah, so glad to see Delta rocking the 220 to start the year, and hopefully they'll continue, as I love the 220. So hopeful to get on one of those sometime. They're an awesome aircraft and a really good product, so looking good here for Delta. And as we move into their next aircraft, which will be this 320, service in from the Atlantic Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. Been really cool to get the 320 out here for some lighter loads, as obviously not as many passengers. Obviously always had the 321, but good to get the 320 in here for different, so that's looking absolutely fantastic. Finally, the talent show of today's airport update. Very excited to have the JetBlue Airbus A220. So you remember in the last update I said there would be another A220 making its first appearance. That will be JetBlue today. After several on and off schedules, this is finally coming in for the first time in for the New York John Kennedy International Airport. So honestly worked out really well considering that the model came out last year, and finally have it here in the collection today. It is an absolutely gorgeous plane. I'll see if I can even get on the other side here a little bit for some better light. What a stunning aircraft, and again, very glad to have the JetBlue 220 in the airport at long last. So again, coming in from New York John Kennedy, which is back. It is the red-eye flight as always, so here in Reno are so inconsistent as we know with the overnight service, so we'll see if it terminates next month or if it will be here. But very glad to get the JetBlue 220 in here for the very first time here at the Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update. Thank you, Gemini, for finally making that beautiful plane with the hop's tail. I love it. And another aircraft I hope to fly sometime, as their product looks really good and a little bit more affordable than Delta, we can all agree. So very cool to have the JetBlue 220 in today's airport update, and really glad to see what we're doing right there. Star Wars are going to make a reference here with this Alaska 737-800 as it's coming in from Seattle to Tacoma. One daily service, very congruent. We love to see it, and that's absolutely fantastic. American Airlines looking great. Here's their Airbus E319. This is going to be making the nonstop service from the Chicago O'Hare International Airport. So awesome to see the main line continuing to grind over to O'Hare, as its relative competition is pretty relative. So we'll take a look at that here in a bit. And this Airbus E320 is currently coming in for the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport, PHX. So glad to see PHX on the grind. Great airport. Love the effort and a great time to go visit. So good job, American, for competing with Southwest and doing what they do best. Following that, we have this American Airlines 737-800 coming in from the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport as per usual. Glad to see DFW on the grind. It looks absolutely awesome, and we have no regrets with that service as well. United's going to come in with their mainline offerings. We have an Airbus 320, as this aircraft is currently coming in for the Houston George Bush Airport. Glad to see IAH going very well. Multiple regional jets plus the overnight mainline, so we absolutely love to see that. Top shelf, we got the United Boeing 737-900ER. This aircraft's coming in from Denver, so glad to see DEN continuing the rock. Glad snowstorms haven't completely gutted the airport, at least yet when we're recording this, but we'll just have to see what happens. So overall, looking really nice right there. Another new model for the airport is going to be the Spirit Airbus E320 with the sharklets in the Wi-Fi box painted in yellow. Awesome to see that here, as this aircraft is currently coming in from Loss of Wages. So glad to see LAS doing really well there, and a great service that Spirit started almost 2 years ago we're working on. So awesome to see that. And the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-800 to kick off the SWA sections currently coming in from Burbank. So glad to see Burbank going well, and now it's going to be making a non-stop service day over to Las Vegas too. So relative competition will make the greatest benefit for all these carriers. So that's what we love to see right there. Then we got the trifecta hat trick package over here. We'll start with the Muma 1 there on the top side, looking fantastic, coming in from Denver, and now it's going to be heading over to Phoenix. So glad to see the dynamic duo with those two large Southwest operations. 737-800 currently coming in from Chicago Midway. Now it's going to be heading over to San Jose, California. So glad to see SJC also going well on the grind. A very cool route here at the Sunport. Lastly, we have this 737-700 getting the final bags on board, as he's going to be making a non-stop flight today out to Houston Hobby after coming in from Austin. So Southwest continuing that grind with their Texas cities. Excited to get San Antonio back on the Saturday-Sunday service here, and I believe it's in March. So looking very forward to that, and excited to see what that's going to be all about here in the near future. Pulling in the gate, we have this United ERJ-175, an absolute stunner, as this is currently making the service coming in from none other than San Francisco. So 2 daily 175s, really nice capacity. Hopefully we'll get the main line back soon, but capacity will always rock, so we will certainly take that on a daily basis. Here's a Dice Air Force Base C-130, currently coming in for some regular training missions. He'll be heading back up the Dice here in approximately 12 minutes, so that's where he's going right now. And we have a nice hat trick over here with 2 Learjets separating the advanced air. So let's go ahead and start with the left Learjet coming in from let's bring it in from Silver City. Now it's going to go out to Flagstaff. Then we have our EAS service there on Advanced, which is coming in from Silver City as well. So turnaround service looking good there. And we also have this green Learjet, as he's currently making the non-stop flight today, coming in from DFW, so looking good on his behalf. Now he's going to be making a really nice service over there to Van Nuys, so certainly a nice dynamic trio effect there for those aircraft. The primary 737-800 freighter will kick off our cargo section coming in from Cincinnati, looking good with that aircraft, and certainly a really good service right there to CVG. The FedEx Airbus A300 freighter is currently making a non-stop service today, coming in from, let's bring it in from Lubbock. Now it's going to be making a service today, heading back out to Memphis. So a nice little triangle effort there to get as much cargo as possible to complement the non-stop Memphis service on the 767-300 freighter. Awesome model, and glad to get it in today's update. And the UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter also is going to be heading out to Louisville, so heading out that way as well. Acer is getting ready to attach, and they'll be getting this cargo unloaded soon. So certainly a nice cargo cumulative effort here from the major carriers plus Prime. So Prime's going to be right there, and maybe we'll have a big 3 in the cargo land here, say in a couple of years. The Alaska Embraer ERJ-175 has returned on the PDX service, so glad to see PDX back this month. I think it's like 4 or 5 times a week, so solid effort. Hopefully we'll continue to see more frequencies in the future, but for right now, balancing it all out, considering that PDX is not in prime state right now. So looking good there, to say the least. That's with regards to the time of the year, not the actual airport. The airport's just fine. Here we have the Southwest 737-700 coming in from Dallas Love Field. Now it's going to be making the service over to Los Angeles, so glad to see that service continuing to do really well between those 2 airports. Here's the relative Chicago competition with the United ERJ-175 operated by SkyWest. So yeah, definitely not mainline, but again, it just depends on the connections, destinations that the airport has for these mid-sized cities, with the O'Hare services. Having San Francisco is a big offset, so really cool to see this service heading over to Chicago. Last but certainly not least, we're going to have this American Eagle Embraer ERJ-175 for SkyWest Airlines coming in from the Los Angeles International Airport. Really nice to see. Glad to see that they're competing well against Delta and Southwest. And that's looking great to finish out today's Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update. So I really hope each and every one of you enjoyed this. Really glad to see the JetBlue 220 in here today. Great addition to the airport along with Delta. So certainly a nice dynamic duo right there, to say the least. Looking like the dream team to me. And what an awesome airport we have here, working on 6 years of updates. How exciting is that? So we'll get there soon. But nevertheless, that will conclude today's Albuquerque Sunport International Airport update. I really hope each and every one of you enjoyed it. Stay safe, everybody. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.